Hi and welcome to this week's edition of The Panel Guy. A little bit different this week because I'm on tour. So yes, after last week's talk about all the things about end of life and how to renew, give a bit of a facelift to existing cladding, we've had quite a bit of interest. So we've had some end clients, we've had a couple of main contractors, and we've also had some architects. So today I'm on the way doing a survey, and then we've got a meeting later on. But yeah, it's just about to talk about, like I say, how we give the panels a longer life. You know, once the warranty's expired, is the building worthless? No, it's not. What we're trying to do is we're trying to give options about making sure that, all the manufacturers that make these amazing panels, which, cover the envelope of an existing building, the roof, the walls, the internal walls, we give them a new lease of life. Organisations such as Zerpa in the Netherlands, these have been around for a number of years. I'll post a couple of links to this company. It's something I've been talking to these guys with the team at Cladding Point, who are obviously associated with them. Yeah, it's fantastic what they're doing. It's not just about the existing building. If what they're trying to do is they're trying to basically take those panels off a building, and rather than go to landfill, rather than they try and make these endless, crazy, really energy consumption processes and very, very complicated processes and very, very expensive processes of trying to recycle these panels, they give them a second life. So whether they're used, like I say, as internal walls, partitions, firewalls, cold stores, they're also then taken and put on the outside of a building, external wall cladding, roofing, and they've got lots of case studies just to confirm that it does actually work. And so on the back of that, that's fantastic, and obviously what it is, because obviously, again, we're saving our little planet. We're trying to reduce everything going to landfill, and obviously these very, very big energy consumption processes of recycling the products. Then obviously once that's been recycled, you can get to that stage, then it goes into a new product, being recycled into a new product, which then gets made into a new composite panel. So like I say, what we're trying to do is we're trying to ensure that that just because the external paint has faded, or there's some issues, whatever they may be, scratch, damage, I can come to site, I can come and have a look at these panels, and see what they are, see, just check on the quality, see if there is any defects, see what the, if it is a structural, then fair enough, then okay, those panels are beyond repair, they're going to need to be replaced. But yeah, it's just about giving a new life, and maximising the potential of that building, rather than spending millions on an existing building by taking off and recladding, re-roofing. Give it a new life. Yes, it might be a couple of $100,000 to paint it, maybe to bring it up to code with solar panels. But yeah, we've got a solution for that. We can help you with that. But yeah, like I say, it's that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to show the positives of all things which is composite panels. And last week, obviously seemed to be very well received. So if anybody out there is a composite panel manufacturer, as we're always asking, please get in touch. Doesn't matter where you're from, anywhere in the world. What type of composite panels you make, whether it's PU, PIR, phenolic, mineral wool, glass wool, rock wool, whatever types of panels you do. As long as it's steel faced, that's what we're trying to educate the market on, get some trust back in there. Please get in touch with me. Let me put your platform. Let me talk about your history. Let me talk about who you are, why you started making composite panels. There's obviously a reason why we all do what we do. There's so many different manufacturers in the industry, and we just want to educate the market, let them all know who we are. Let them know your certification. If you got FM approval, DIBT, Have you got the EN13501? And that's what we're trying to do. But yeah, as I say, you know, if you are a manufacturer, please get in touch. You know, let me talk about your company. Let me talk about your products. Let me learn about them. You know, I've been in the industry for 30 years. I don't know everybody, but you know, I think I've got a pretty good experience on composite panels. But yeah, please get in touch. And again, like this week, you know, we're quite busy this week now with surveys, meetings, hence in the van. But yeah, get in touch and let me know what I can do for you, and you know, let me know if I can help you. Let me check what your panels are. You know, let me check if they're the right products for the job. You know, if are they correctly certified. And also, obviously, I'm sure you're aware the regulations are changing. You know, the manufacturers do have to educate, you know, the contractors, the architects, and everybody about, you know, how to install panels. So, you know, if you've got to install it to a certification, you know, as we spoke a couple of weeks ago, you've got to make sure that they're installed correctly. So we want to make sure that buildings are being built correctly moving forward. And even so, if the building is, you know, it's already been built, you know, give me a call. You know, I can come and have a look at it for you. I'll check it against the certification and what your building is meant to be. I'll tell you whether it's installed correctly. Yeah, that's what we're here to do. We're here to help. You know, like I say, it's not a negative thing. You know, we're here to try and show the positives and the great things about what panels are and what they can do. And yeah, if you you know, if you'd like to hear a bit more and you want to talk to me about it, you know, give me a call. But yeah, we'll you know, next week we'll be we've got a couple of manufacturers who've been in touch, and I'll be talking about them next week. But yeah, please get in touch. Thank you. All right, take care.